Do this make sense to you? This makes sense to you? How we got over here? How we got over here? Y'all don't have to be nervous. Don't be scared. Hey, just blurt it out. How did we get over here? Ships, right? Ships. Cargo slave ships, right? Okay, so the Bible is talking about y'all history. Hey sis, let me ask you a question. What is your biblical nationality now? What is your biblical nationality? Like, what do the Bible call you?
What about child of God?
Child of God,
which one?
Specific.
Which one?
Okay, hey, it's 18 nations in the Bible, right?
Right here.
Right?
Which one?
Right? It's 18 nations in the Bible, right? Which one are you? Because that's what he was bringing out.
God, America.
Look at the first one on the right, on the left.
America black.
Okay, so your father is a so-called black man, right? So you are who your father is. All right. Let me show you that first and foremost, because that's very important. Many of us, we look at our fathers like, hey, they don't really. I mean, they actually don't mean nothing to us. Maybe actually they left you when you were younger, and now you despise them for whatever reason, you know. But your nationality depends on your father. So it's great to know just who your father is. But listen to this. Numbers chapter 1 verse 18. Yes, sir.
Numbers chapter 1 verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families.
What is a pedigree? What is a pedigree? Okay, if somebody tell you that they want that pedigree of a dog, what are they saying? The pedigree of a red-nosed pit. The pedigree of a red-nosed pit is what? It's telling you what? Like it's bloodline, right? So it goes by your father, read.
After their families, by the house of their fathers.
So your father is very important. You black men, you are very important, all right? Be careful. Now, let me ask y'all a question. What is your nationality? What's your nationality? What's your name? Brandon? Okay, Brandon. I'm Malachi. Okay, Braylon. I'm Malachi. Come here. Come up, man. Come up. We're not gonna harm y'all. Hey, listen, man. We want y'all to know this greatest information on earth that nobody is telling you, all right? Nobody is telling you. So, what are your names, sir? Rodney. Okay, Rodney. So, Braylon and Rodney. What we about to go over is your biblical nationality. That's right. Nobody have ever taught you in the world, right? So, first and foremost, let's get Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 1. To actually show you who Moses was speaking to in the book of Deuteronomy, right? Let's get that.
Yes, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Now, these are the words which Moses spake unto who? All Israel. So,
right.
These people right here are known as the Israelites, right? Okay, read. Now let's get Deuteronomy 28.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Notice it said all these commandments, not some, but all. So, if we did not do it, we will be cursed, right? What are some of these curses? Let's read verse 16.
Yes, sir. Verse 16, cursed shall thou be in the city.
How are we cursing the city, Braylon? Just look around. Sin, okay, but specific things. Like how can you tell us from the white, Chinese, Japanese race? When you look in the town that we stay in, where do we mostly reside? Do we not stay in the ghettos? Do we not stay in the slums? Do they not give us the worst possible health care and all this stuff? Do they not, Ronnie? Okay, so with that being as you said, This right here is one check on our behalf because what? We know that we living in poverty.
Right.
This is poverty right here, right? If the whole earth was made for you, then why aren't you basking in it? What's good, man? Talk to me. Why aren't we living in it? Why? Because that thing is a curse. That was the curse that came upon us, right? Okay, read.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
Now, how are we cursing the field? How are we cursing the field? Think about it. During slavery, right? Where were we? In the field, right? And some of our people still, they're still working the field today. But many, let's say that we're picking cotton. What will be the percentage of our profits? Will we get at least 50%? Or will it be 25? Will it be 10? Huh? Was it more than 50? It was not more than 50. We were making pennies on a dollar. When we pick cotton, you gotta understand that they got rich off of that thing. We didn't, right? They profited off of it. We didn't. We were working for free. Half of the time, for 350 years, we worked for free. That's free labor. So, of course, anybody can get rich off of that. All right? Now, let's get 17.
Yes, sir. Verse 17. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Cursed shall be your basket and your store. What is that going into? Your businesses. That's why we have so many black businesses that go out of business in like 3 to 5 years. Average. Hey, sis, how you doing? Okay. So what we are going over is the fact that we are the biblical Israelites.
That's right.
We proving that now. All right. This one here have been hitting. This have been hidden from us for a very long time. And my name is Malachi. What is your name? Alexis. Okay, Alexis. So right now we are going over verse 17, right? About our businesses and our savings, right? We won't be able to do it. Why? Because we are cursed. All right. Now let's get verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Now I want you to think about it. When did this happen to us? Think about it. When did it happen? How did it happen? Why did it happen? Rodney, talk to me. What's going on? When did it happen? Do you remember in Charleston, South Carolina? Let me help. Do you remember the auction blocks? Do you remember that? Okay, so what happened on the auction blocks? They checked us out, right? So they checked us out, they checked the teeth. They looked to see how healthy you was, you know what I'm saying? Just like how they do with the NBA and the NFL and all that stuff today. How high they can jump, how fast you can run, you know what I mean? It's the same thing going on today in another way that they're doing it. They're very crafty at it, right? So they would get a slave and they would check them out to see just how much can I sell this slave to people for, right? The healthier you are, the more money that they can get for you, right? So in Charleston, South Carolina, these auction blocks are still up where they sold us. They bid us off. And that's what it's talking about when it says what?
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
And that also goes into your, how many of y'all celebrate Christmas? But come on, man, be honest.
Yeah.
You don't mess with Christmas? Mess with it? Mess with it, okay. Did you know that you used to give us as gifts one to another? Yes. We was given away as gifts, all right? So, this question right here, it go for, like, it's all around because they sold us and they actually give us away as presents, which is biblical. It's a biblical thing. But read that.
And thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
And of course, you know, when your child is auctioned off or given away, how do you feel? Yeah. If somebody take your child from you right right now and give it to a white family, how would you feel? And you can't get them back. But how would you feel? Heartbroken? Heartbroken? Exactly. You will be heartbroken. So that's what it means when it says that your eyes will be sorrowful, right? Because you're going to feel bad that your child has been given away to somebody else.
Revelation 13.
Yes, sir. Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. 11. Okay, 11 and 10.
11 and 10.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 10. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth.
We tormented them, so guess what? They gave our children away, or us away as gifts to one another. They made merry. That's what that Merry Christmas come from, right? So do not celebrate Christmas. It is a pagan holiday, all right? It actually is celebrated in your destruction. I don't know if you believe it or not, but hey, but it is celebrated in your destruction. Hey sis, come over here. Let's discuss Christmas. Come on over. All right, let's go back to Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand.
So there will be no might for us to get our children back. Right. So this is biblical. This is in the Bible now. So let me ask this. How long have y'all been in church? Right.
I kind of
grew up in it too, right? Have you ever heard this before? Why your pastor never read this to you? Like I said, it was hidden from you, right? They don't want to read it. It goes against what they're supposed to do to us, right? Now let's go to verse 48.
Yes, sir.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
Now listen. Therefore shall thou serve thine who?
Enemies.
Thy enemies. Okay, read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Which the Lord shall send against you. Why did he send them against us? Braylon, why did he send them against us? Shalom, my brother. What's your name?
Sorry.
Malachi. Okay, so what we are going over is our biblical nationality, right? Right? Azaris. What we actually going over is our biblical nationality, all right? So just listen, all right? Read.
And therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst.
In hunger and in thirst. So, who owned all of the food distribution systems? Sinners. Here.
He said it. He said it.
White people, right? I mean, and if you go to China, it's the Chinese and so on and so forth, right? Okay, well, read.
And in thirst.
And in thirst. If you want anything to drink, where would you go? To the well? Here. Stores, okay, but who own those? Right, okay. But remember what it said when he first started reading. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies in hunger and in thirst. Okay? Thine enemies. Don't forget that part. Thine enemies. Because many times today, many of our people try to be cool with these people, but they don't like you. They never did like you. You see what I'm saying? They are your enemies. All right, read.
And in nakedness, and in the want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee.
Now, I want y'all to think about it. Yoke of iron upon thy neck. Y'all see this? You see these things right here? These different contractions that they put upon us? That if you talk, it will cut off your tongue. they had some shackles on your feet that if you run, it make a noise, just so that you know just where you at. All these things were set up for us, right? And these are the things that they put upon us to show you that what? You are a, it's not with an S. You are a slave. Yes, you are a slave. Read.
And the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as an eagle flieth.
So, what this we're talking about is what? Our Native American brothers, Gad and all of them, they were already over here. They brought a nation to them from far, right? They were actually overseas, but our actually Native American brothers was over here. So that's what it's going into. Do this make sense to you? And y'all can come up. Do this make sense to you? This makes sense to you? How we got over here? How we got over here? Y'all don't have to be nervous. Don't be scared. Hey, just blurt it out. How did we get over here? Ships, right? Ships. Cargo slave ships, right? Okay, so the Bible is talking about y'all history. And my brother right here, my name is Malachi. What is your name? Huh? Bam? Jay? Hey, what's your name, my brother?
Dave.
Dave, okay. So what we are going over is our biblical nationality, right? So how did we get over here? How did our ancestors get over here?
Man,
Have anybody went over that with you yet?
I ain't been over here.
History? No. I'm talking about just in general.
Oh,
Like our black history?
talk to me.
Yeah. Have anybody went over that with you?
Nah, talk to me.
Nah, okay, cool. What about y'all?
Talk to me.
Ah, okay, cool. So our ancestors, they came over here by slave ships, right? They were stacked on there just like this. Y'all see this stuff right here? How they actually got the women separated from the men and the kids. When we get to Charleston, when we got off the slave ships, this is what happened. They would check us out, examine us, and sell us on auction blocks. It's telling you right here in the Bible. It's giving you that history. All right, read.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
Ye shall be sold unto your enemies. You shall be sold unto your enemies. Right here, read.
For bond men,
For slave men
and bond women,
and slave women.
and no man shall buy you.
And no man is going to save you. Martin Luther King tried, he couldn't do it. Marcus Garvey tried, he couldn't do it. Malcolm X tried, he could not do it. All right? You have to wait on Christ. Now, my next question. What color is Christ? And be honest. Just tell me what you know.
Come up.
All right? Is this Christ? What was you taught? Hold up. Let me ask y'all this. What was y'all taught that Christ is? Was he this? Be honest. Yeah. In the Christian church, this is what I was taught. I'm just be honest with you. I was taught this. But as you read the scriptures, you're going to find out that the scriptures ain't describing nobody that look like this.
Bring it out.
So somebody lying. All right? Now, let's read it. Let's find out. Revelations chapter 1, verse 14. Well, let's start at 1 and verse 3. I want to prove a point here.
Yes, sir. Revelation chapter 1, verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth.
So, regardless if we're reading this to you now, you can believe it, but read it for yourself also. So if y'all got a cell phone or that flyer that y'all have in your hand, go back and you compare that flyer with your actually Bible, right? And make sure that it says exactly what we say that it says. But we are reading out of the King James Version Bible, not the NIV or the New King James Version or any of that. All right? This is the King James Version Bible. All right? Now, let's get it.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein. For the time is at hand.
So, blessed is he that readeth. Now, we're going to read the description of Christ. All right, let's get it.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Now, I want everybody to feast your eyes over here. All right. So, that scripture just said, what?
And his head and his hairs were white like wool.
Which one of these depictions fit the bill for that specific thing? Point to it. Okay, y'all point. Okay, left or right? Right, okay. Left or right? 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 Okay, cool. Read.
In his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And his eyes were a flame of fire. Why? Because he drank wine in moderation. But which one of these depictions display that? Is it the left or the right? And you probably got to come up to see this one, because guess what? It will be the white part of his eyes that will be red. Have y'all ever drunk wine or something like that and the white part of your eyes turn red, or you see that uncle that is drinking and his eyes are like red? It's because of the wine, all right? Which one of these depictions has that? Left or right? 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 Okay, read.
In his feet like a to fine brass.
I got a question. What color is brass? Brass,
Yeah.
Right, right. Like a brass instrument, okay? Let's see how brown. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So, if I take that brass and I burned it, like it's a burned, so that means that it already heat up and cool down. What color would it be? Black. 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 Okay. So, where they get this depiction from then? Because you just now described this.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation